Look at your reflection and tell the truth. You've been drifting, not building, not sharpening, just passing days like receipts you don't plan to ever review. Hours smear into weeks, weeks into years, and a dull ache grows, time traded for nothing. The Stoics warned about this drift. Seneca didn't whisper, he struck. We panic like mortals about small pains, yet desire like immortals as if we own endless tomorrows. You fear an awkward conversation, a hard workout, a beginner's mind, and yet you behave as if you'll always have another shot at the life you keep postponing. This is the contradiction choking your progress. Time isn't stolen, it's surrendered, minute by minute, to comfort, to avoidance, to noise. You don't lose life in chunks, you leak it. Starting now, you will stop the leak. You will pick a course, own the rudder, and move. Seneca understood delay better than most modern psychologists. People don't truly live, they rehearse, forever getting ready to get ready. You know the script. Tomorrow I'll fix my health. Tomorrow I'll start the business. Tomorrow I'll have the difficult talk. Tomorrow is the softest trap ever invented. It promises everything and delivers smoke. That word has cost more dreams than failure. It lets you feel responsible while doing nothing. The remedy isn't louder motivation. It's a hard reset of standards. You will not negotiate with delay. You will not let a mood decide your future. You will replace later with a calendar, a clock, and a consequence. You will choose a single important action and complete it before noon. Do it tired. Do it nervous. Do it imperfect. Later is a liar. Marcus Aurelius, commander of legions, bearer of empire-level problems, still fought the same morning battle you do. He wrote, "Rise to the work of a human being, not a title, a duty. Your first job is not status, followers, or applause. It's self-actualization. Become the fullest expression of your capacity." Most around you have stopped growing, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, financially. They're comfortable, numbed by routine, drifting through days on autopilot. But you, if something inside you burns with that quiet, righteous anger, then stop bargaining with your own potential. No more half efforts, no more someday. You will be the one who moves while others rehearse, the one who builds while others browse. Step 1 is identity. I am a builder. Step 2 is behavior. Builders build today. Here's the unsweetened truth. If you persist in soft, sleepy living, trusting in infinite tomorrows, blaming weather, bosses, parents, algorithms, you will age into a heavy regret. The Stoics called regret the heaviest chain a soul can carry. Epictetus, born enslaved and forged into a teacher of giants, asked a razor question. How long will you wait before you demand the best from yourself? Make that question your alarm. Answer with action. Not panic, not frenzy. Focused urgency. The calm pressure of someone who knows sand is falling through the glass. Brick by brick, decision by decision, no one is coming to save you from your own hesitation. Responsibility is not a burden. It is the lever that moves your life. Pull it. This series will hand you 7 Stoic strategies sharpened for modern life. Not slogans, not posters, tools used correctly. They will force growth. The first, stop negotiating with laziness. That inner lawyer who bargains for 5 more minutes is bankrupting you. The empire builder woke up to the same voice and overruled it. Every morning is court. Discipline delivers the verdict. Stop arguing with feelings. Execute your plan. Each surrender to comfort erodes self-respect. Each kept promise hardens your character. Laziness wears 4 masks. Physical avoid effort. Mental confuse planning with doing. Emotional flee hard talks. Spiritual ignore values. Call them out. Replace them with voluntary discomfort. Choose effort. On purpose. Daily, to inoculate yourself against life's storms. You beat laziness by system, not by mood. Expect resistance, don't moralize it. Even kings felt it. Then design routines that run regardless of weather. Sleep or inspiration. Reduce friction. Lay out clothes. Remove junk food. Exile the phone from the bedroom. Pre-schedule deep work. Make the right action easy and the wrong action annoying. Finally, reframe effort itself. Discomfort is proof of adaptation. Muscles burn, strength is forming. The brain strains, new circuits wire. The heart pounds in a hard conversation. Courage is being minted. Track the proof, not the pain. The reward is not hype, it is identity. You become the person whose word, to self, means something. That identity is the engine of an unstoppable life. Principle 2, ruthless clarity. Most people aren't stuck for lack of talent. They're foggy. They say success, happiness, impact, but can't define them precisely enough to steer a day. Seneca's harbor warning stands. If you don't know the port, no wind will help. Clarity is choosing a destination and the price you'll pay to arrive. Write a personal manifesto, values, 5-year identity, skills to master, health standards, money rules, non-negotiables. Spell it out like instructions to someone else living your life. Then guard it. The world will pelt you with drama, trending outrage, and other people's emergencies. You will be unavailable. Why? Because your mission has a schedule, and you honor it. Precision simplifies everything. When you're clear, decisions shrink to Yellowstone tests. Does this move me closer? Does this drain or drive me? Does this serve the future or feed the moment? Marcus reminded himself, you could leave life right now. Let that shape what you do and say and think. That isn't morbid, it's cleansing. Mortality deletes nonsense. With that lens, nice-to-haves vanish. You will author a short list of vital few. Morning practice, physical training, focused creation, learning, financial discipline, essential relationships, then you'll protect them like a warrior guards a gate. Clarity is a weapon. Wield it. Confusion wastes time, precision compounds it. Principle 3. Stop waiting for motivation. Manufacture momentum. High performers don't ride inspiration. They build flywheels. Clinthus said, if the stone is too heavy, wedge another and keep moving. Translation. Use leverage, habits, triggers, minimums. Feelings fluctuate, systems stabilize. Start indecently small. 10 minutes of movement every morning, 30 minutes of skill practice, 15 minutes reviewing finances instead of scrolling. Tiny acts, executed daily. Do 2 things. They compound results and rewrite identity. Action begets motivation, not the other way around. On bad days, honor your minimums. On good days, exceed them. Either way, the wheel turns. Your future favors the one who shows up, especially when it's boring. Principle 4. Choose builders, not talkers. Your circle is wet cement. It sets around you. Audit the 5 closest. Do they train, learn, execute, or do they gossip, rationalize, delay? Epictetus warned. Stay near small minds. Become smaller. This isn't cruelty, it's physics. Standards spread. Tardiness. Excuses. Quitting. These behaviors are contagious. So are excellence, punctuality, and quiet intensity. If your current environment drags, reduce exposure, no drama, just distance. Seek rooms where effort is normal. Gyms at dawn, libraries at night, workshops on weekends, cohorts where deliverables matter, and become the kind of person high-caliber people notice. Consistent, prepared, humble, relentless. Solitude beats a chorus of mediocrity. Stand alone until your tribe appears. Principle 5. Stop consuming to escape. Study to evolve. Your attention is a bank account. Most people donate theirs to outrage cycles, snackable videos, and digital slot machines. The Stoic move isn't ascetic misery, it's intentional intake. Track a week of discretionary time. How much fed you're becoming. Replace 30 minutes of numbing scroll with 30 minutes of targeted learning. A chapter of philosophy. A module on a core skill. A lecture that upgrades your earning power. Then convert knowledge to action the same day. Apply the idea in training, business, or a relationship. Attention compounds like capital when invested, not when entertained. Choose input that makes you capable. Principle 6. Master boredom. Excellence feels like repetition from the inside. Our novelty-addicted culture sells constant stimulation. Mastery demands steady focus. The greats don't chase fireworks. They stack quiet bricks, fundamentals. Reps, review, refinement. Train yourself to see boredom as a threshold. Pass through and you reach depth. Practical tactics, single task with a timer. Extend your focus window by 5 minutes weekly. Track streaks, celebrate unsexy sessions. Bring full presence to simple work. Breathe. Notice detail. Refine technique. When the mind begs for dopamine, label it, return to task. Your edge will be this, while others refresh feeds. You refine form. Years later, lucky is what they'll call your patience. Principle 7. Treat quitting as unavailable. Adapt instead. This is not delusion that you'll never stumble. It's a vow that setbacks are data, not destiny. Seneca warned we shorten life by wasting it. Fear of failure is one such waste. Choose your pain. Discipline now, or regret later. Make a pact with yourself. Outcomes are negotiable. Commitment is not. Burn the mental escape hatches. No, see how it goes. No, try until it's hard. You will iterate tactics, not abandon missions that define you. Health, craft, character, contribution. Marcus turned obstacles into fuel. The impediment becomes the way. That line isn't poetry, it's operating procedure. Adopt it. Let's operationalize urgency without panic. You will design a morning ramp that makes drift impossible. Wake at a fixed time. Light movement. Cold water. Brief journaling intent. Top task. Potential obstacle plus response. 60-90 minutes of deep work before the world arrives. Phone remains outside the room. Caffeine after water, not before. Calendar blocks protect priorities. Notifications are off by default. You'll set daily minimums movement. Study, build in weekly threshold sessions. Outputs, miles, pages. Review every 7 days. What moved the needle? What was theater? Keep score publicly to yourself. Visible tracker, honest totals. The day bends to structure or breaks you. Choose. Identity drives compliance. Stop calling yourself unmotivated. Language programs behavior. Adopt a role with rules. I am a disciplined builder. Builders behave predictably. They show up, they refine, they finish. Write your builder code. I have 7 statements you can measure. I honor alarms. I publish weekly. I train daily. I read before I scroll. I plan tomorrow before shutdown. Tape it where you decide. When friction hits, consult the code, not your mood. Each kept line tightens the loop. Belief, action, evidence, stronger belief. This is how you exit the self-doubt spiral. You don't argue with insecurity. You outproduce it until it goes quiet. Cut the drains. Audit people, platforms, and places that dilute your standards. If a chat thread breeds cynicism, mute it. If a room celebrates quitting, leave earlier. If late nights nuke your mornings, change the environment. Lights out alarms. Screens out of the bedroom. Social plans that end with tomorrow's training partner. Replace ambient randomness with deliberate friction. Website blockers. Minimalist home screen. Pre-packed gym bag. Standing meetings reduced to agendas and outcomes. Make doing the right thing the path of least resistance. This isn't rigidity, it's compassion for your future self. You're building rails so momentum can carry you when willpower dips. Skill stack strategy. Choose one keystone skill for the next 12 weeks. The capability that multiplies everything else writing. Sales, analytics, coding, speakings, break it into sub-skills. Schedule daily practice. Weekly feedback, bi-weekly public output. Borrow Stoic, negative visualization. Imagine the cost of not learning it. Lost deals, stalled income, narrowed options. Then visualize tiny wins. Clearer emails, better pitches, tighter dashboards. Measure inputs, practice time, and outputs, publish pieces, shipped features, delivered talks. Pair with physical training to anchor confidence in the body. Mind plus body equals durable momentum. Mastery isn't a mood, it's a calendar plus a scoreboard. Money discipline the Stoic way. Detach status. Pursue sovereignty. Build a boring foundation. Emergency reserve. Low-cost broad market investing. Ruthless expense clarity. Learn income skills. Turn them into offers. Turn offers into recurring revenue. Replace impulse consumption with capability acquisition. Weekly money review. Income, outflow, savings rate. Key experiments. Ask, what did I buy that made me stronger? What did I buy that made me softer? Seneca praised few wants. Modern translation. Desire less. Own more of your time. Freedom isn't a yacht. It's mornings you command and projects you choose. Wealth is the byproduct of value built consistently, not vibes. Emotional courage protocol. Avoidance compounds. Choose one hard conversation each week. Prepare like a craft. Right intent, truth, plus respect. Define non-negotiables. Rehearse one sentence that states the point cleanly. Enter with calm tone. Slow pace, steady breath. Accept discomfort as tuition for authenticity. Post-call, document lessons. What triggered you? What landed? What to refine? This is emotional deadlift. Ugly, heavy, necessary. Each rep frees bandwidth you've been paying as hidden tax. Courage is trained, not gifted. Epictetus would nod. You become free the moment you master yourself. Begin mastering by speaking truth kindly and directly, 1 week at a time. Recovery is a discipline, not a reward. Builders protect sleep like revenue. Consistent schedule, cool dark room, caffeine cutoff, evening shutdown ritual plan tomorrow. Gratitude, fiction or light philosophy. Screens off, micro recovery inside days. Brief walks, breath sets, eyes to distance. Water, say no to late chaos that raids tomorrow's excellence. Train hard, recover harder, repeat longer. Longevity is the silent force multiplier. Compounding only works if you stay in the game. Remember Marcus's frame. Your tools are body, mind, and character. Maintain them. You aren't chasing bursts, you're engineering decades. The scoreboard is built by mornings stacked over years. Regret-proof your time. Every evening, audit the day with brutal honesty. Ask, what moved me closer to mastery? What drained me? What did I avoid that still weighs on my mind? Then translate insight into next steps before bed. Don't carry unsolved loops into sleep. Seneca warned that wasted time is the one debt no man repays. Replace vague guilt with precision and correction. Tomorrow's clarity begins with tonight's reflection. 10 minutes of review saves 10 years of drifting. Write one sentence. Today, I acted as a builder. Or today, I drifted. If you drifted, redeem it at dawn. The past judges no one. Execution resets everything. Understand, the world rewards visibility, but Stoic builders reward results. You'll learn to create silently, without validation, likes, or applause. Your consistency will speak for you. Publish or share only after real work exists. Let others chase attention while you chase mastery. Marcus wrote privately, not for fame, but for truth. Follow that model. Daily private writing clarifies your principles, tracks your progress, and strengthens your self-command. Document process, not ego. When the time comes to share, it's substance, not noise. This quiet discipline builds credibility others can't fake. Your reward, unshakable confidence that doesn't depend on external approval. You must understand the emotional economy of effort. Every yes costs energy. Most waste their vitality on the trivial, notifications, gossip, anxious reactivity. Stoicism trains energetic austerity, attention only to what you control, detachment from what you can't. Create 3 lists: control, influence, accept. Everything outside the first 2 is noise. Refuse to fund it with thought. This practice is mental fasting. Withdraw from junk attention and the mind sharpens. Energy once scattered now converges into execution. The result, your presence feels dense, like gravity. People sense it. They call it focus. You'll know it's simply Stoic resource management. Stop performing humility. Practice it. Humility doesn't mean softness. It means remaining teachable while strong. Adopt beginner's mind even after success. Seek correction faster than praise. When criticized, ask, is any of this true? If yes, fix it. If no, discard quietly. The ego resists lessons that hurt. The wise crave them. Stoic humility is strength under control, confidence without noise. Train this reflex before defending. Pause 3 breaths before bragging. Ask if it serves growth before judging. Imagine your own ignorance exposed. Real humility refines mastery because you stay adaptable. It's not submissive, it's strategic self-honesty. Detach identity from outcome. You're not your wins or losses, you're your process. Seneca said, fortune falls with those who build castles on chance. Modern version, anchor satisfaction to controllable actions, not results you can't dictate. A deal fails, you still executed the plan. A launch flops, you refined skills. Detachment protects momentum. You measure progress by integrity of effort, not applause of results. Celebrate consistency, not dopamine highs. That's Stoic resilience, unshaken by praise or blame. It lets you move faster, while others drown in emotional turbulence. You will not swing between arrogance and despair. You'll walk steady. Train your reaction and speed to adversity. Life won't warn you before it tests you. A Stoic doesn't crumble. They convert. When something hits, delay, insult, rejection. Run this internal algorithm. Pause, breathe. Define what's controllable. Act within it. No dramatics. No panic. The faster you apply logic, the less energy you lose. Emotional control isn't coldness, it's efficiency. Marcus Aurelius lost children, allies, wars, and wrote gratitude. You lose a client or get criticized online. That's practice, not tragedy. Your calm under chaos becomes your edge. Chaos exposes amateurs. Discipline refines warriors. React slower. Respond smarter. Recover faster. Discipline begins in the body. The Stoics trained physically to command mentally. Exercise daily, not for looks, for leadership over impulse. Every rep teaches effort under fatigue. The body's version of philosophy. Cold showers, long walks, hard lifts, tools for tempering the will. When your muscles obey command, so will your emotions. The body is the classroom for character. Make movement non-negotiable. It's the meeting where you recalibrate mind and matter. No excuses. A tired mind clears after sweat. A restless soul stabilizes after breath. Training is not optional. It's the anchor that holds you steady when life shakes you. Build silence into your schedule. The Stoics sought stillness not as escape, but recalibration. Daily solitude is where you process truth without interference. 10 minutes of deliberate quiet, no phone, no tasks, just awareness of thought. Observe without judgment. You'll see patterns, recurring fears, desires, distractions. That awareness is the first step to mastery. Without silence, you're reactive. With it, you're strategic. Stillness gives you range, the ability to pause before replying, to think before acting, to aim before striking. Protect this ritual. It's not luxury, it's maintenance. A mind constantly stimulated forgets its own voice. Retrieve it in silence. Turn pain into productivity. Stoics didn't numb emotion, they refined it into motion. When anger hits, channel it into reps, writing, progress. When sadness comes, sit with it briefly, extract the message, and return to creation. Emotion is energy. Direction decides whether it destroys or builds. Don't suppress, transmute. The obstacle becomes the way isn't metaphor, it's methodology. Every difficulty becomes raw material for resilience. Let pain remind you what matters. Let it carve humility and depth into your work. The modern world medicates discomfort. You will mobilize it. Feel deeply, act deliberately, transform everything into fuel. You must end the addiction to someday. The world is filled with intelligent people waiting for alignment. Clarity, confidence, ghosts haunting their own potential. Stop rehearsing. Execution is the cure for hesitation. Take one imperfect step toward your highest goal today. Not after you research, not after you feel ready. Now, every day you delay, your self-belief decays a little. Each day you act, it grows stronger. The Stoics called it proheresis, the disciplined will in motion. Readiness is overrated. Momentum is everything. You'll figure out the path faster by walking it than by analyzing it from the shore. Guard your mornings like sacred ground. The first hour of your day decides the next 15. No phone, no noise, just purpose. Begin with silence, gratitude, movement, and creation. Marcus wrote that the morning is when you rise to human work, not to scroll or complain, but to live consciously. Treat the sunrise as a contract renewal between you and life itself. The way you start is the way you continue. Weak mornings birth weak days. Strong mornings forge unbreakable momentum. Make this a ritual, not a mood. Discipline first, dopamine later. Win dawn, and you win the world. Replace self-pity with responsibility. Life owes you nothing. The Stoics didn't beg fortune for fairness. They prepared for chaos. Every hardship is neutral until labeled. You can call it unfair and shrink, or call it training and grow. You choose. Epictetus began enslaved and ended enlightened. His secret: responsibility over resentment. Stop asking, why me? Ask, what now? Complaining is a luxury for the powerless. You are not powerless. You just forgot your agency. Take full ownership of everything. Your reactions, your schedule, your standards. Blame no one, not even yourself. Responsibility is liberation disguised as discipline. You need friction. Comfort is decay disguised as peace. The Stoics practiced voluntary hardship, sleeping on the floor, fasting, walking in cold, to train gratitude and resilience. You don't need to suffer dramatically, but you must reintroduce challenge deliberately. Choose the stairs, take the cold shower, say no to the easy option once a day. These micro battles sharpen your will. You'll notice your tolerance for discomfort rise, and your excuses fade. Strength grows in controlled struggle. Ease breeds entitlement. Effort breeds evolution. Every day without resistance is a day without growth. Seek the tension. It's where you become. Never confuse motion with progress. Busyness is the modern disguise for avoidance. Stoicism values direction, not distraction. You can fill your calendar and still move nowhere. Before every task, Ask, does this move me closer to mastery or just make me feel productive? Real progress is measurable. Numbers. Habits. Results. Journal it. Track it. If it can't be measured, it can't be managed. Marcus Aurelius didn't need to-do lists. He had purpose. You don't need more hours. You need more intention. Trim 50% of what doesn't serve the mission. Focus like a blade. Busyness kills more dreams than laziness ever could. Rebuild your relationship with failure. Failure isn't a verdict, it's a signal. The Stoics didn't avoid loss, they studied it. Seneca called setbacks tests of character. When something fails, write what you learned immediately. No self-pity, just data. Then iterate. You can fail 100 times and still win if each failure refines your approach. The only true failure is quitting because of ego. Stoics see pain as tuition, expensive but worth it. You're not falling behind, you're being forged. Every mistake is sharpening your edges. Fail forward deliberately. In Stoic terms, the fall teaches the flight. Destroy distraction before it destroys focus. The modern enemy isn't ignorance, it's noise. You're drowning in infinite inputs, updates, opinions, dopamine loops. The Stoics would call this mental gluttony. Feed your mind like a warrior eats, with precision and discipline. Remove notifications. Block social media during creation hours. 1 hour of undistracted deep work outperforms 10 hours of scattered effort. Seneca warned that those who are everywhere are nowhere. You don't need more inspiration. You need less interruption. Make solitude your fortress. Protect your focus like treasure. The quiet mind builds the loudest legacy. Redefine success. You've been sold a version that depends on applause, luxury, and comparison. The Stoics define success simply self-command. The man who controls his desires, reactions, and habits rules more than kings. Real wealth is calm in chaos, gratitude in scarcity, action in uncertainty. Build inner infrastructure first, principles that outlast fortune's swings. When you can stay composed amid praise or insult, you've won life's hardest game. Success isn't more, it's mastery of enough. Measure victory not in things acquired, but in impulses overcome. You'll find peace the moment you stop chasing status and start sculpting character. The secret weapon of all disciplined lives. Consistency beats intensity. Motivation burns out. Rhythm endures. The Stoics built habits, not hype. Small, daily execution multiplies faster than grand, sporadic bursts. Don't sprint, stride. Don't obsess over perfect days. Obsess over never skipping. When you miss, resume immediately. No guilt, just recalibration. Think like a craftsman, not a performer. The work itself is the reward. Consistency compounds quietly, invisibly, until one day you appear overnight. That's the illusion of momentum. It's just thousands of steady days. Outlast everyone by showing up longer than they can sustain excitement. Steadiness is your superpower. You must cultivate what the Stoics called euthymia, a steady confidence in your chosen path. It's the opposite of anxiety, which comes from chasing every distraction and doubting every decision. Once you've chosen your direction, walk it with conviction. Doubt is wasted movement. You can adjust course through feedback, but don't stall from indecision. Remember, clarity without commitment is cowardice. Believe in your capacity to adapt, not in the fantasy of perfect certainty. Epictetus said, "If you wish to improve, be content to be thought foolish. Be misunderstood temporarily. Be exceptional permanently." Unapologetic purpose silences confusion. Stop collecting advice. You don't need more theories. You need more trials. Wisdom isn't absorbed, it's earned through application. Modern self-help addicts confuse consumption with growth. They binge philosophy, but starve for action. The Stoics read little, but lived deeply. Marcus wrote notes to himself, not essays for applause. You already know enough to change your life. You just haven't acted long enough for the knowledge to mature into wisdom. Pick one principle, one practice, one rule, and live it ruthlessly for 30 days. Don't seek variety, seek mastery. The truth only transforms when it's embodied. Kill the victim narrative. Every minute you spend blaming others robs you of power. The Stoics saw complaint as poison, self-pity disguised as honesty. Whatever has happened to you has already happened. What matters is your response now. You can't rewrite the past, but you can outgrow it. Responsibility is the antidote to resentment. Take ownership even for what wasn't your fault, not to carry guilt, but to claim authority. You're not broken, you're unfinished. The moment you drop the victim script, your life becomes editable again. The strong rewrite, the weak replay. Choose your version. Train your mind like a muscle. Every thought repeated becomes a reflex. Negative loops are just untrained repetitions. When worry appears, interrupt it. Replace rumination with reasoning. What's in my control? Write it, act on it, discard the rest. You can't stop thoughts from visiting, but you can deny them residence. Stoicism is cognitive training long before psychology named it. Marcus practiced cognitive reframing centuries before therapy existed. You will do the same. Master thought, master emotion, master action. Mental strength isn't natural. It's conditioned through deliberate correction. Think better, and your world reforms around it. Value solitude as strength, not loneliness. The crowd rewards conformity. Solitude reveals truth. Stoics used isolation to hear their inner compass. Step back regularly. No music, no screen, no input, and let silence recalibrate your direction. Alone, you'll face your real motives. Alone, you'll rediscover self-respect. Most people run from solitude because it confronts their inconsistencies. You won't. You'll walk straight into stillness and use it as mirror and forge. True leaders grow in private before they lead in public. The noise of the world dies in the mind of someone who's made peace with their own company. Replace distraction with devotion. You can't serve two masters, purpose and impulse. Every time you indulge aimless scrolling, gossip, or self-doubt, you abandon your mission mid-battle. Stoic devotion means single-minded loyalty to what matters most. Choose one pursuit worth your life, then make everything else subordinate. Epictetus said, "You will become what you give your mind to." Devotion is focus with love, intensity without chaos. When you work, disappear into it. When you rest, rest fully. When you love, be present. Half-hearted living fractures the soul. You can't be powerful if you're perpetually distracted. Control your input diet. Just as junk food weakens the body, junk information weakens the mind. Filter ruthlessly. Read timeless ideas, not trending noise. Study philosophy, biography, and mastery. Voices that survived centuries. Consume to grow, not to escape. The Stoics read for understanding, not entertainment. Before absorbing a book or video, ask, will this make me wiser or just distracted? Guard your curiosity. Attention is the most valuable currency of the age. Spend it like an investor, not a gambler. Let your mind feast on quality thought, and mediocrity will naturally starve from neglect. Embrace structure. It's not prison, it's freedom. Undisciplined people call structure control. Stoics call it self-respect. A solid routine frees you from indecision. Schedule eliminates chaos. You don't rise to goals, you fall to systems. Build ones that protect your focus. Fixed wake time. Planned meals. Designated study and rest blocks. This rhythm will feel mechanical at first, then liberating. When your life runs on principle, not impulse, creativity flourishes. Spontaneity is powerful only when built on order. Structure isn't rigidity, it's the skeleton that lets your potential stand upright. Measure your life in effort, not emotion. Feelings fluctuate, effort compounds. Some days enthusiasm dies. Execution must still live. When your energy dips, fall back on discipline. That's why the Stoics trained detachment. Feelings are weather. But effort is climate. You can't control moods, but you can control motion. Record your efforts daily. Reps, pages, projects, habits. Watch your streak grow. Pride will follow consistency, not comfort. Emotion should decorate your life, not direct it. When you act despite indifference, that's maturity. The man who obeys his commitments over his cravings has already conquered himself. Detach from outcomes, attach to excellence. You can't command results, only process. The Stoics didn't pray for victory. They trained for readiness. Focus on what's within your control. Preparation, precision, persistence. When you do your best, the rest is fate's domain. Success is renting the future through disciplined effort, not owning it outright. Free yourself from obsession with validation, views, or applause. Execute quietly. Review honestly. Refine constantly. Let the scoreboard handle itself. Stoicism isn't apathy, it's optimization. When you stop chasing control of the uncontrollable, you redirect all power back to where it belongs, yourself. Repetition creates transformation. Every time you follow through, even in silence, you rewrite your identity. The Stoics didn't rely on lightning bolt change. They depended on steady chiseling. You aren't rebuilding your life overnight. You're carving away weakness daily. One disciplined act is a single strike of the sculptor's hammer. Miss a day. Resume immediately. Regret wastes time. But repetition restores power. When your actions echo your words often enough, belief becomes unshakable. This is how discipline becomes nature. You no longer need motivation. You operate from muscle memory of integrity. Mastery is repetition done with awareness, not boredom. Audit your environment as often as your habits. The space you live in either reinforces excellence or excuses laziness. Clean your desk. Organize your digital tools. Simplify your surroundings until they reflect your clarity. Seneca said, "The part of life we really live is small. Don't fill that small space with clutter, physical or mental." The Stoics preferred simple rooms and complex thoughts. Create a temple for focus, fewer distractions, better light, quiet order. Your environment should whisper discipline before you even begin work. The external becomes the mirror of the internal. Build surroundings that make greatness automatic. Refine your language. Words are architecture for thought. Stop saying I can't. Start saying I choose not to. Replace I'll try with I will. Language shapes identity. The Stoics were meticulous with words because speech reveals thought. Every excuse you speak strengthens the wrong muscle. Every declaration strengthens resolve. When you speak with precision, your mind follows order. Remove filler phrases, sarcasm, self-deprecation. They leak belief. Speak calmly, clearly, decisively. You are programming your subconscious every time you open your mouth. Use language as a weapon of focus, not a shield for weakness. Every sentence is training. Stop outsourcing validation. No external opinion should determine your worth. The Stoics sought approval from reason, not applause. Praise and criticism are both noise, distractions disguised as feedback. You'll know your path is right when it aligns with your core principles, not when it pleases the crowd. Public opinion changes faster than the weather. Self-respect is permanent climate. Detach from the dopamine loop of recognition. Serve your mission privately. Let excellence announce itself. When you learn to work unseen and remain unmoved by noise, you've achieved emotional independence, the ultimate freedom. Approval is rented, authenticity is owned. Eliminate perfectionism, it's procrastination wearing discipline's mask. The Stoics valued progress, not flawlessness. Perfection delays action. Excellence refines it through action. Seneca wrote, "While we deliberate how to begin, life passes by. Do the work imperfectly, then improve through feedback." The craftsman who creates daily outpaces, the critic who waits for ideal conditions. Progress compounds through finished iterations, not endless planning. Publish before you're ready. Train before you feel strong. Begin before you feel wise. Perfection is a mirage that kills potential. Excellence is messy, alive, and evolving. Chase mastery, not flawlessness. Done grows stronger than ideal. The Stoics prize simplicity in all things: thought, action, possessions. Complexity breeds confusion. Simplicity breeds strength. Cut what isn't essential: clothes, subscriptions, relationships, goals. Minimalism isn't deprivation, it's focus. A sharp sword has no excess metal. Decide what truly matters and delete the rest. Simplicity clears cognitive space for clarity. When your attention isn't fractured, your will becomes lethal. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire, yet wrote like a monk. Concise, deliberate, grounded. Simplify your world until you can feel your priorities pulsing clearly again. Complexity is a modern disease. Simplicity is the ancient cure. Don't chase happiness, pursue strength. Happiness is a side effect of living rightly, not the target. The Stoics aimed for eudaimonia, flourishing through virtue. That means doing what's hard, honorable, and aligned with reason. Pleasure fades, pride endures. Comfort comforts nothing long-term. Ask daily, did I act with wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control? If yes, that's success. A fulfilled life isn't about constant joy. It's about constant integrity. When you live in alignment, contentment follows like a shadow. Strength brings peace. Weakness brings turmoil. Don't seek to feel better. Seek to be better. Emotion will follow evolution. Purpose must replace pleasure as your compass. Most wander because they chase feeling instead of meaning. The Stoics didn't wake up asking, "What do I want to do?" They asked, "What must I do to live according to my values?" The difference is destiny. Pleasure pulls you sideways. Purpose pulls you forward. Write your mission in one line, short enough to remember under pressure. Then filter every decision through it. Does this serve the mission or distract from it? Purpose burns longer than pleasure. Pleasure fades when comfort ends. Purpose deepens through struggle. Choose the fire that forges, not the one that numbs. Train your reactions through premeditation. Premeditatio malorum. Imagine setbacks before they arrive. The insult, the delay, the loss. Visualize yourself responding with calm control. This isn't negativity, it's readiness. The Stoics rehearsed adversity, so life never caught them unarmed. When trouble comes, you'll meet it like an old acquaintance, not a thief in the night. Your nervous system will follow familiar scripts instead of panic. Prepare mentally for storms while the sky is clear. Calm isn't genetic, it's practiced. Predict chaos, and you'll remain centered when others collapse. Foreseen blows land lighter. Anticipation turns fear into strength. Detach from urgency addiction. Not every fire deserves your focus. The Stoics distinguished between what's immediate and what's important. The modern mind burns out solving fake emergencies, emails, alerts, microdramas. You must slow to sharpen. Urgency feels productive but empties your depth. Schedule thought time. Protect long blocks for high-impact work. When everything is urgent, nothing is important. Seneca said, "To be everywhere is to be nowhere." Busyness is the coward's camouflage. Replace frantic motion with deliberate progress. Slow is smooth. Smooth becomes fast. Your calm pace will intimidate the frantic because they mistake stillness for weakness. Guard your energy like it's sacred fuel, because it is. Every complaint, every argument, every pointless debate drains the battery needed for creation. The Stoics practiced emotional conservation. They refused to fight reality, only their reaction to it. Before engaging in anything, ask, will this make me stronger or smaller? If smaller, walk away in silence. Your energy is finite. Spend it on growth, not noise. Choose calm over conflict. Focus over frenzy. The loudest people are often the weakest. The strongest conserve strength for real battles. Stoic mastery isn't about saying yes. It's about learning the power of no. Every day is a battlefield between impulse and intention. The Stoics called it self-command, the rare ability to choose response over reaction. When anger flares, breathe once and delay speech. When fear rises, analyze instead of retreating. When temptation whispers, remember your principles. Each victory over impulse strengthens your sovereignty. Freedom isn't doing what you want, it's doing what's right even when you don't want to. The world worships indulgence. Stoicism honors control. Master yourself and no one can enslave you. Lose control and even comfort becomes a cage. The battlefield is invisible, but the war is daily. Win it. Detach from the illusion of fairness. Life isn't fair, it's neutral. Expecting fairness breeds resentment. Accepting reality breeds power. The Stoics saw injustice as part of the natural order, something to respond to. Not lament. When fortune strikes you, don't curse it. Calculate your next move. Control belongs to the adaptable. Every setback hides opportunity if you stay rational long enough to find it. Train yourself to ask, given this reality, what's my best response? Instead of why me? You can't control distribution, but you can control direction. The mature mind doesn't demand fairness, it creates advantage. Adaptation is supremacy. Your reputation is borrowed, your character is owned. The Stoics warned against public obsession. Fame without virtue is decay. Focus on who you are when unseen. Would you admire yourself in private? That's your real score. Build invisible integrity. Follow through when no one checks. Tell truth when lies are easier. Keep promises that don't benefit you. The external world might misunderstand or mock you, but time always honors substance. Reputation fades with rumor. Character compounds through repetition. Let others chase appearance. You will chase alignment. The reward isn't applause, it's peace. Only character travels with you beyond fortune. Pain is the purest teacher. If you listen, most flee discomfort. Stoics interrogate it. Every pain has information about limits, priorities, attachments. When something hurts, ask what lesson hides inside it. Maybe it's discipline, maybe detachment, maybe endurance. Seneca said, difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. Treat suffering as curriculum, not curse. Observe it. Extract meaning. Integrate growth. This doesn't romanticize pain. It redeems it. Life will strike regardless. You might as well harvest the wisdom. Pain either refines you or defines you. Your choice determines whether you emerge bitter or unbreakable. Don't waste your suffering. Use it. Don't overvalue comfort. It's the silent killer of greatness. Luxury weakens the will when it becomes expectation. The Stoics practice temperance, enjoy comfort without dependency, sleep on the floor sometimes, eat plain food, walk instead of drive. The goal isn't deprivation, it's detachment. You prove to yourself that you can endure less and still thrive. When comfort becomes optional, resilience becomes automatic. Modern weakness comes from confusing needs with wants. Reset that scale. Comfort should be earned, not assumed. The man who can live simply fears nothing, because nothing owns him. Voluntary discomfort builds involuntary strength. Practice it daily. Embrace mortality as motivation. Memento mori. Remember you must die. The Stoics didn't dwell on death to depress themselves. They did it to intensify living. Every morning could be your last dawn. Every conversation, your last exchange. When you hold that truth close, procrastination looks absurd. Death isn't the enemy, wasted life is. You have limited breaths, spend them deliberately. Stop postponing joy. Forgiveness, creation. Courage, time is melting. And the only dishonor is in acting like it isn't. Let mortality sharpen focus. You cannot add more years, but you can add more life to the years you have left. Detach from comparison. It is poison wrapped as motivation. The Stoics lived among emperors and beggars, yet refused envy. You can't walk your path while staring sideways. Every second measuring yourself against others is time stolen from mastery. There will always be someone ahead. Richer, fitter, louder. Let them run. Your job is inner scorekeeping. Did I act with discipline today? Did I honor my code? Did I progress? However slightly, that's it. You're not in competition with people. You're in competition with potential. Comparison shrinks gratitude. Gratitude multiplies progress. Focus on your lane, build quietly, and leave jealousy to amateurs. Learn detachment from outcomes without detachment from effort. Stoics didn't quit caring, they quit clinging. You will give everything, knowing results are outside your domain. This balance, full engagement, zero entitlement is ultimate freedom. When you do your best and release the rest, peace replaces panic, whether things succeed or fail. Your equilibrium holds, that's unbreakable composure. Life will still fluctuate, but your center won't. You'll act with passion, but not desperation. Strive fiercely, surrender fully. Let fate decide results. You decide your response. The man who no longer needs victory to validate his effort cannot be defeated. You must master the art of recovery. Stoic strength isn't relentless output, it's measured renewal. Every warrior rests between battles. Schedule restoration. Reading, nature, journaling, reflection, stillness. Recovery isn't laziness, it's strategy. When you burn constantly, even discipline turns dull. Balance intensity with introspection. Marcus meditated between wars. Seneca walked gardens to clear thought. Recharge deliberately so effort remains sharp. Rest like you train, structured, intentional, guilt-free. The disciplined mind knows when to push and when to pause. In that rhythm lies longevity. Burnout isn't strength, it's mismanagement. Recovery is the hidden half of mastery. Audit your circle of influence often. The Stoics understood that character is contagious. If you walk with the undisciplined, you'll adopt their excuses. If you walk with the focused, you'll absorb their fire. Every conversation either expands or erodes your standards. Surround yourself with those who demand excellence, not comfort. People who challenge you when you drift and celebrate you when you rise, not for ego, but for integrity. Distance doesn't mean hatred, it means self-respect. Loyalty to mediocrity is betrayal of potential. Be kind to everyone, but intimate with the rare few who sharpen your mind and elevate your will. Embrace adversity as calibration. The Stoics didn't pray for lighter burdens, they prayed for stronger backs. Difficulty reveals what still needs work. Every obstacle is feedback disguised as friction. When life resists you, it's sculpting you. Don't curse the resistance. Thank it for showing where you're still soft. The gym of life builds strength through pressure. Your discomfort is data. Your response is design. Refuse victimhood. Say instead, good. This will train me. That's not delusion. It's dominance over interpretation. When hardship arrives, let others panic. You'll prepare. Strength isn't avoiding pain. It's learning to use it as leverage. Detach from outcomes. Attach to standards. A Stoic doesn't chase approval or applause. They pursue excellence for its own sake. Every action is a signature of your character. Do it well. Even when unseen, Seneca said, Character is what you show in the dark. Measure success not by recognition, but by consistency with your principles. Build invisible excellence. Craft emails with care. Keep promises silently. Clean up after yourself without needing praise. Those invisible disciplines become visible power. The man who does everything as though it matters will eventually matter in everything he does. Excellence becomes its own reward. You are the architect of your attention. Modern life steals it in fragments until nothing deep remains. The Stoic practice is reclaiming focus. Single task, like it's sacred. When you write, only write. When you eat, only eat. When you rest, rest fully. Attention divided is power diluted. Depth is the new rarity. Those who can sustain it will dominate every field. Treat your focus like muscle. Train it, stretch it, rest it, guard it. Every time you resist distraction, you lift mental weight. Soon, while others drown in dopamine, you'll build depth-driven results that look supernatural. Focus is your unfair advantage. Accept that loneliness is the toll of transformation. Growth creates distance. When you evolve, old circles stop fitting, conversations shrink, people call you cold. You're not cold, you're clear. The Stoics didn't belong to crowds, they belonged to truth. Walking alone for a season is the price of authenticity. Don't dilute yourself to stay liked. Those meant to walk beside your higher path will appear when your standards demand them. Until then, solitude is sacred space for rebuilding identity. Isolation in purpose beats connection in mediocrity. Endure the silence. It's proof you've left the noise behind. You owe the world your potential, not your excuses. The Stoics believed we are born to contribute, to serve through excellence. Wasting your gifts isn't humility, it's negligence. If you can teach, teach. If you can build, build. If you can lead, lead. Don't wait for permission to use what's already in you. Society doesn't need more passive spectators. It needs disciplined executors. Your work, done well, becomes philosophy in action. Serve through mastery. Create something that outlives you. Legacy isn't written in fame. It's carved through usefulness. To fulfill your duty is to live in alignment with the divine order itself. Stop chasing motivation. It's unreliable. Chase identity instead. Every action either confirms or contradicts the kind of person you claim to be. When you act out of alignment, you weaken the signal. When you act consistently, the signal strengthens until it becomes instinct. The Stoics didn't wake up inspired. They woke up obligated to virtue. Identity-driven action is self-perpetuating. I train because I'm disciplined, not I train because I feel like it. Motivation fades, identity endures. The question is no longer, how do I stay motivated? It's who am I becoming every time I choose discipline over delay? Don't seek balance, seek alignment. Balance implies equal attention to all. Alignment means correct attention to what matters most. A Stoic life is proportioned, not evenly divided. A health, mind, mission, relationships. Each gets what truth requires, not what comfort prefers. Some seasons demand obsession, others demand recovery. The wise don't chase symmetry, they pursue harmony. Balance pleases the crowd, alignment pleases the soul. Design your schedule according to values, not comparison. You don't owe equal time to everything. You owe full presence to what's essential. Order replaces overwhelm when alignment replaces balance. Reject entitlement. It's the enemy of gratitude. Expectation breeds bitterness. Appreciation breeds strength. The Stoics began every day by acknowledging fortune's gifts: life, breath, reason, opportunity. Everything beyond that was bonus. You are owed nothing. Therefore, everything becomes valuable. Entitlement whispers, I deserve. Gratitude answers, I'm entrusted. One weakens, the other empowers. Replace complaint with thanks in real time, during difficulty, not after it passes. Gratitude doesn't ignore pain. It reframes it as privilege to grow. When you thank life for the struggle, you disarm it. Entitlement suffocates progress. Gratitude fuels it. Practice thanks until it becomes your reflex. Learn emotional stoicism, not emotional suppression. Stoics felt deeply. They just refused to be ruled by feelings. Emotion is a signal, not a steering wheel. When anger rises, observe it. When sadness appears, let it speak and move through. Don't bottle, process. You are not stone. You are steel, flexible yet unbroken. Awareness without reaction is mastery. Emotional control is self-trust in motion. You feel everything, but choose your expression with precision. The goal isn't to stop feeling, it's to stop obeying. Calm doesn't mean numb, it means focused. Channel your emotions into purpose instead of performance. That's true Stoic power. Respect time as the divine currency. It's the one thing the richest and poorest share equally until they spend it. Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. Audit every hour. Ask, did this serve my mission or my mood? Stop selling your minutes to trivialities. Every yes is a contract, every distraction a theft. Guard your schedule like a vault. The wise measure wealth not in money but in autonomy. You can recover lost money, not lost hours. Treat time as sacred because it is your life. Quantified. Detach your peace from external chaos. The Stoics lived through plagues, wars, and betrayal, yet remained centered. They understood that turmoil outside cannot harm the man who governs his inside. Your calm is your kingdom. Don't trade it for opinions, politics, or petty arguments. You can't control storms, only your sails. Practice this mantra. It's not what happens, but how I meet it. Guard that space between event and reaction. It's your throne room. People lose years reacting to moments they could have outgrown in seconds. Master composure, and you'll master power. The calm mind cuts deeper than the loud one ever will. You need ritual, not randomness. The Stoics thrived on rhythm, morning reflection, daily discipline, evening review. Create personal ceremonies that anchor your day, a cold shower that signals readiness, journaling that builds perspective, meditation that empties noise. Ritual makes excellence automatic. Randomness makes chaos inevitable. Systems are the scaffolding of success. Rituals are its soul. Without them, emotion dictates effort. With them, discipline runs like clockwork. Build habits so sacred they become your identity. Your life shouldn't depend on mood swings. It should depend on structure. Ritual turns intention into instinct, and instinct into greatness. Face fear logically, not emotionally. Fear feeds on imagination. Logic starves it. Write the worst-case scenario, the likely outcome, and your control over each. You'll find fear shrinks under scrutiny. Epictetus taught, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Every time you act despite fear, you prove it powerless. Courage isn't absence of fear, it's movement with it. The Stoic warrior doesn't wait for confidence. They create it through exposure. You'll meet fear daily in small doses, public speaking, tough conversations, bold goals. The more you face it voluntarily, the less it ambushes you. Fear mastered becomes fuel. Let action be your prayer. Words without execution are noise. Stoics prayed through deeds by embodying virtue, not requesting miracles. Don't ask life to be easier. Act like you're worthy of the life you want. Talk less about goals, demonstrate them. Every completed task is a declaration of faith in yourself. Purpose doesn't reveal itself to the idle. It unfolds to the active. When you feel stuck, don't analyze more, move more. The universe aligns with momentum, not indecision. Gratitude without effort is flattery. Gratitude with effort is devotion. Prove belief through behavior. That's how philosophy becomes power. Build your philosophy like armor, crafted, tested, worn daily. Stoicism isn't a quote collection, it's a battle manual. You study it not for trivia, but for tactics. Each morning, remind yourself, obstacles will come. People will disappoint, outcomes will vary, and none of it can touch your inner command center unless you grant access. Philosophy is preparation. Every principle untested is fantasy. Every principle applied becomes strength. Don't just read Marcus Aurelius, live him. Don't just admire Epictetus, imitate him. Wisdom unused is weight. When you wear your philosophy daily, life's chaos bounces off your calm. And now, warrior, remember this. You are running out of time. Not metaphorically, literally. Every sunrise spent in hesitation is a day buried in the graveyard of potential. Stop negotiating with weakness. Stop worshiping comfort. Rise, build, lead, act. The Stoics didn't wait for ideal conditions. They forged them. You already possess everything required. A rational mind, a willing heart, and the gift of another dawn, so use it. Make this your vow. I build my life now. Not next week, not someday. Now, because comfort is a beautiful prison, and discipline is the only key. Walk out and never look back. Before you scroll to the next video, take a breath and let this truth sink in. Nothing changes until you do. You can listen to philosophy, motivation, or strategy all day long, but none of it matters if you don't act. The Stoics didn't sit around waiting for inspiration, they moved. They applied what they learned. They turned pain into progress, and they built their character one decision at a time. So today, take one small, deliberate action that your future self will thank you for. Don't wait for Monday. Don't wait for ready. Do it now. Because every moment you delay is another moment your potential slips further away. If this message spoke to something deep inside you, drop a comment below and write, "I choose discipline over comfort." Let's see who's truly ready to rise. Thanks for listening. Warriors, this is Momentum Mindset, where philosophy meets action, and action changes lives. Now go out there and build yours.